Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. So I was doing a bit of research for another video a while back and I was kind of looking up products that dermatologists recommend. Now we're not talking about, TikTok dermatologists or the ones I follow on Instagram. I was kind of looking out as a whole because nowadays when an article wants a professional opinion on skincare, they'll interview a dermatologist. And then it always influencer dermatologists there, so-and-so from this place, and you can go visit them, all that kind of stuff. And I'll be honest, I was very surprised by some of the recommendations. Now, obviously, I don't have as much knowledge as a dermatologist. I know a fair bit about things, but also I'm a consumer and products are made for us, and I have strong opinions on some of these products. So I want to discuss these products that dermatologists have recommended. They'll go unnamed. We probably don't know them anyway because they're not like influencers. Products dermatologists have recommended that I honestly think are complete shit or not good enough or just a bit surprising. Now, I've got to start off with CeraVe. Now we all know that CeraVe, even before dermatologists came online, was probably realistically in real life sponsorship free, one of the most highly recommended products to use by dermatologists. Product gifting and influencing was present within the dermatological field way before influencers exist. There were certain brands that would sponsor practices. Garnier actually being one of the very first ones to do this. They would sponsor these places and get them to sell their product. And a lot of them would work on commission. So a lot of dermatologists were probably some of the first influencers out there without anybody really knowing. I don't know what it's like to this day, but CeraVe was also one of those brands. Now, it's definitely not a bad thing. CeraVe has everything that a skin going through something needs and can really benefit from, and honestly, you should probably use, but that is the issue. I think when CeraVe became really, really popular, all you'd see in my comment section was, just use CeraVe, just use CeraVe. I don't trust this man, he doesn't like CeraVe. And here's what I think, when it comes to skincare, there are many different reasons people use skincare. Dermatologists are going to recommend brands like CeraVe because they're going to help sensitized skin with a certain condition, skin that can't handle a lot of other ingredients, and CeraVe are amazing for that. Also, if you're not really into skincare but you want to do your skin some good, CeraVe is great, but so are many other brands. I'm not surprised dermatologists recommend CeraVe. Of course they're going to. They are like the faces of CeraVe, which is great. I think it's great to see popular dermatologists push a brand that can really do wonders for people's skin. However, CeraVe is not the be-all and end-all as a average everyday skincare consumer who wants to enjoy my skincare routine. I want a little bit of fragrance, sometimes not. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't care either way. I want nice textures, which I feel like CeraVe don't do. I want products that don't feel clinical. I want products that make me feel good whilst I'm doing my routine. And now dermatologists are becoming influencers as well, which again, I love. I think it's the perfect place for them. I'm glad they're online. You do see them recommending more than just CeraVe. And a lot of them are now getting accused of being sellouts because they aren't just recommending CeraVe. Because the love for CeraVe and recommendation was so strong at first, people can't move the fuck on. Good, effective, safe skincare doesn't have to be boring and clinical. It could be fun. And personal opinion, I don't think that's CeraVe. And I'll be honest, it's not just that, it's just that a lot of their products I've used, I've not really loved. Like I said, the moisturizers, even the lighter ones, always feel a little bit thick and it gives my skin that kind of cold sweat. I don't really know how to explain it. It makes my skin feel sweaty. A lot of their cleansers dry me out, even the ones that aren't supposed to. Their sunscreens feel like old sunscreens. I don't think they're the most elegantly formulated products, which is why I try and avoid them. I was really surprised by this one. In an article I was reading, a dermatologist recommends Charlotte's Magic Cream, of course from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a really expensive cream, and I want to start off by saying I'm definitely not against dermatologists recommending expensive skincare. I think people link dermatologists to affordable problem-solving skincare, which is kind of what they're there to do. But also not everyone's on a budget. They can recommend high-end stuff. I understand there's a space for luxury skincare, but what I don't like is very average feeling expensive products. And I'll be honest, I don't understand why people love this moisturizer. I get everybody has their preferences, but I do feel like the love for this moisturizer is primarily led by influencers. I've mentioned this before, but I've never scrolled through TikTok and seen a non-influencer under a certain amount of followers willingly buy this product unless it was gifted. I don't see anyone but influencers talking about this product. And I feel like they're the ones buying it also because they want to review it if they haven't been gifted it, because it is such like a well-known and well-established brand. Is this a nice, hydrating, moisturizing moisturizer? Yes. It has got those fragrances in it that need to be listed separately because they're known irritants, which again, we all know I love fragrance. Do I think a dermatologist should be recommending in an article something like this for dry, irritated skin? No. I do feel dermatologists have a responsibility to recommend products that probably don't have fragrance in for irritated skin, and that's kind of like what this product was recommended under, and was for dry, irritated skin. Honestly, that's where I think they should recommend CeraVe, but this does include linalool, citronellol, fragrance ingredients, which do have to be listed separately because they are known irritants. And obviously you can't just judge a product by its ingredients, but a lot of the beneficial ingredients in here, you can find in brands like Aveeno. If you do want to go like a little bit higher up the price spectrum, but not quite Charlotte Tilbury, Jordan Samuel Skin has some really, really nice kind of like moisturizers, hydrating products that don't cost this much. This is a lot. 50 mil is 79. No, that's so expensive. That is so expensive. Listen, if you're feeling bougie, then do it. I do think that when you're paying luxury prices, you should feel like you're using a product that is different to what you can buy in Boots, and I just don't feel you get that with this. I talked about their Charlotte's Magic Water Cream, which does feel, I actually really like this product. And when I first used it, I was like, this feels really, really nice. And it was a nice moisturizer. But since using this, I found so many cheaper, more affordable moisturizers because I've been actively hunting for like, I guess like a dupe or something that feels as nice as this, that has that water cream hydrating texture. I have found so many that is like half the price of this or more so. So I get that they're lovely products, but I just don't think they should be dupeable when they're such a high price, or there should be something that warrants that price, you know? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. And just to round it up, I feel like it's popular because it's popular amongst influencers and PR online anyway. I'm sure, 50-year-old so-and-so is popping into John Lewis and stocking up in Charlotte Tilbury. Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. In my personal opinion, this is the worst brand for micellar water. I have seen people, including myself, review this. You leave it on your face, it stings. It says for sensitive skin, but when you leave it on, it stings, it hurts, it can feel itchy. They're made to remove makeup from the eyes in some cases as well, like be part of that 2-step cleanse, but this one stung my eyes so much. It dried out the corners of my nose, it was stingy, it was irritating. And this is where I get suspicious because I feel like there's no reason a dermatologist wouldn't just recommend the Bioderma one. Obviously, do I have it here? No. Obviously, they have their preferences, but I find it weird that it's this. That is this. Out of all the micellar waters, they wouldn't go for a micellar water that is known to be scientifically backed to be an amazing replacement for water and be absolutely fine to leave on the skin with no irritation whatsoever, that they'd opt for Garnier. I find that a little bit odd, a little bit suspect to me, because it's not good. It's not good, is it? I know a lot of people use this absolutely fine, but also the vast majority of reviews I see from this is negative. And, this isn't a case of like, well, just recommend Bioderma, like just recommend CeraVe, I feel like micellar water is that kind of difficult kind of in between where some micellar water brands recommend you wash the micellar water off your skin. Some brands can't decide whether they think you should wash it off or leave it on, whether there are certain surfactants in there that can irritate your skin if you leave them on. They say on their website that Garnier micellar water is the only micellar water recognised by the British Skin Foundation and Allergy UK due to its proven gentle, soothing formula that is suitable for all skin types. I've just seen so much of the opposite of that. I don't trust it, and my experience with it has only been negative. The majority of their micellar waters actually as well. I used that one that was like half water, half oil. Horrific. Horrible. The worst thing I've ever used. I personally, whatever your skin condition type or whatever it is, Bioderma, the red one with the red cap, pinky red, is great. But yeah, I was a little bit shocked because I don't know whether, honestly, dermatologists don't have to be experts in skincare products. So I don't know whether they just have never heard of Bioderma or they just didn't realize it was a thing and they're not aware of like the research and the science behind that particular micellar water. But I don't know. I found it, when I saw it, I was like, that's weird. It's a little bit odd. This one shocked me, rocked me to my core. A dermatologist recommended the Sun Forgettable Total Protection Brush on Shield SPF 50 as a sunscreen, not a top-up, as a sunscreen. Now, this is a brush-on mineral sunscreen. They say Mineral Natural Sunscreen is an all-powerful shield providing total protection in one convenient on-the-go application. Done alone or over makeup. Water resistant up to 80 minutes. Brush on sunscreen like this is never enough coverage. You just cannot get the full coverage you need or the total protection in a brush on sunscreen like this. You can't. You just can't. It's not possible. The amount of powder that you would see on your skin that gives you the like required amount of sunscreen you need covering your face, creating that shield that sunscreen needs to make on your face, this isn't gonna do it. It's just not. It's not a question. It's just not gonna do it. Maybe you just want all your makeup to be SPF. That's great. You can use this as a powder. Whether it'll be any good or not, I don't know. But as a sunscreen alone, no. We know that. Who did a video about this? Michelle from Lab Muffin. I'll link it down below. Even for touch-ups, you're really not getting good coverage. You're not. Like a spray would be better than this, or a sunscreen cushion compact would be much better than this and easy to apply over makeup. And you can see from the adverts as well, the way they're brushing on, the way they tell you to apply it, it's not enough coverage. And they have this Enviro screen, I don't know what they called it, that is meant to be like this new technology that makes it sound like it's going to give you a perfect full coverage of sunscreen. It's not. I do not think any dermatologist should recommend this as a sunscreen application or a reapplication. Maybe if you want your whole makeup bag to be SPF, great, but do not rely on this for anything. Now here's one that really did go TikTok viral and is always on that TikTok shop where they always seem to be selling the same products every hour of the day. This is the Embryolisse Late Cream Concentrate. Nourishing moisturizer. Listen, there is nothing wrong with this product. So this is one of those products. Let me just read to you. They say that this has been a cult favorite since the 1950s. This creamy lotion is a 6-in-1 multitasker: primer, moisturizer, makeup remover, repairing mask, an aftershave cream, a baby care product, a real beauty secret favored by dermatologists for decades, which has changed because a couple of years ago they used to say makeup artists. A combination of ingredients of natural origin, rich in essential fatty acids and vitamins. Now, I'll be honest with you, I feel like that is massively overselling the product. First of all, it feels old-fashioned in my opinion. It feels like Pond's cold cream, but a little bit milkier, and I don't love that for my skin in particular, because it's not lightweight, it's not heavy, but as somebody with an oily T-zone, it doesn't quite play very well with that. I have tried it with makeup and sunscreen before, and I get a fair bit of pilling too. This product seems to be filled with a lot of ingredients that help make the product feel nice rather than what is beneficial, which is fine because, I'm sure you have more of that than actual active ingredients because you don't need that much. I don't know. I mean, you have aloe in here, which is nicely hydrating and soothing and healing, but other than that, there's just not a lot of greatness to this product. I really don't think it's all that interesting. There's this like soy protein, which like hydrolyzed soy protein, which I guess is good for I believe it's like anti-aging and the skin, but there's not much research behind that. So I'm just surprised out of all the creams that are out there that are good for, stick to CeraVe. It's fine. But, out of all the creams that are out there that claim to do, be rich in essential fatty acids, help with, have anti-aging kind of benefits, hydrate the skin, there are better creams out there. And one of the key things that this cream always boasts about is helping your skin feel smooth, feel plump, incredibly soft with a satin finish. And I feel like you can kind of see that a lot of this product really banks on how it makes your skin look and feel feel after, you know, what's happening on that surface of your skin while they got some emollients in there. I kind of feel like this is if you're like, oh, I want like, you know, like a really, I love like sugary flavored lattes, like iced lattes, like what should I get? And I'm like, oh, like black coffee with 2 spoonfuls of sugar in it and some ice cubes. Do you know what I mean? When I could be like, oh my God, why not like, you know, have like a creamer, flavored creamer, and we can put put some milk in there, then maybe we can like line the cup with like some extra sauce and put some cream on top. You know, I just feel like this is the real bare minimum of what a product can do for your skin. Even Charlotte's fucking Magic What's It cream I'd recommend over this for the good things it can do to your skin. But honestly, the Inkey List, The Ordinary, CeraVe even, Garnier even, all brands that you get a really good, really beneficial moisturizer from. I just don't understand why this is so popular. I just don't think it feels great. I don't think it looks great. I don't think the benefits are really all as good as I feel like there's a lot of fluff around this product. And coming from a dermatologist who I think could recommend more and knows more, I feel like this is a weird product to recommend. It's not the best. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about all these products. Maybe I'm just being too cynical and like a bit like, oh, I don't like it. Let me know in the comments down below. Watch some more product reviews here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.